On this show, we focus on local communities and help give a voice to the voiceless. That's why tonight we're taking the time to really listen to Ukrainian refugees who now call Sacramento home. Most of us will never know what it's like to leave everything you know behind. On this day, 1 year ago, most of us watched in horror as Russian troops began a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Soldiers shot and killed innocent people near their homes. Children escaping the violence were seen crying at train stops as their fathers said their goodbyes and turned around to go fight. Over the past year, most of us heard about crimes against humanity, genocide, the worst conflict in the West since World War II. But what's it really like to be a part of this history, to hear the sound of bombing and smell the smoke? Tonight, I want to introduce you to Svetlana and Maria, a mother and daughter from Ukraine who now live in Sacramento. They spent the first days of the war hiding in a Ukrainian basement and describe what it was like to breathe safely for the first time since the war.
And my mother, she was a housewife. My father worked abroad in foreign countries. Meeting with my friends because I love these people so much.
What happened when the war started? What was that like?
It was like the awful morning because I remember it. My mother woke me up and she shaked me and yelling, "Mary, the war started, wake up." So it was like in a horrible movie. I was really terrified because I didn't know what I supposed to do. I opened the window and I saw the smoke from the airport because I can see direction where was the airport and it was bombed. We lived just next to the border with the Crimea, an occupied territory by Russia. My father, he was abroad in foreign country and he called to us. He started asking us about what happened because my sister, she was in America this time, yeah, and she also called to us.
So what happened after she woke you up?
I remember that we take our luggage, we go downstairs and try to put it in a car, and we also met our neighbor, and he said that we shouldn't go right now because the roads could be bombed too. We also had a basement in our house. We, our family and our neighbors, we started to put water, food in a basement to try to prepare.
What was the scariest part about that time when you're in the basement waiting to leave?
It was also horrible because it was the end of February and March, and in Ukraine it's still not hot and even not warm, so it was like the winter. I remember it was the night and we spent in the basement. We slept with my mom and we tried to keep the warm by hugging each other. Really, we're concerned about our lives because you don't know if it's your last day of your life or not.
So when was the moment that you guys decided, we gotta leave, we need to get out of here?
It was terrible because the soldiers from the country who make the war against us are in our city now, and they can just break into your house and we don't know, to kill you, to take your stuff. We wanted to protect our lives.
When you do make the decision to leave, where do you go?
We escaped through this border, and it was really difficult because the battles was just near the road where we drive. So you drive and you don't know if its bomb will fall in the field or on your car. I can't explain this feeling, but you always feel tense on yourself. But when we escape this territory, for the first time, we can just breathe free.
And what's it been like for you coming to Sacramento and having to adjust and rebuild for the last 8 months?
It was also difficult because for me personally, I know a lot about the United States because I watched a lot of Americans films, and my mother, She also like watched it, but she expected that the whole America it's like New York. And it was it was really difficult to her when she came here.
What you and your mom lived through is something that a lot of us will never experience in our lifetime. So what do you really want people to know and understand about what you and your family went through?
I want to people know and to people don't forget how awful the war is. It wouldn't happen anymore any times because I think no one should experience this. We shouldn't forget about our soldiers who are protect our country day to day. So yeah, to be proud that you're Ukrainian.
What does it mean to be Ukrainian?
To be a free people, to be a free person and proud person.